In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create database migrations in Supabase. We're going to use Supabase's visual tools to build a table, then grab the SQL that Supabase generates behind the scenes and use that SQL in another project. This is a simple and practical way to understand migrations, especially if you prefer starting with the dashboard instead of writing everything manually. First, open Supabase and go into your dashboard. From there, click into the project where you want to create the original table. Once you're inside the project, open the table editor and click New Table at the top. Now you can define the structure of your table. Give the table a name, add the columns you need, and choose the appropriate data type for each one using the drop-down menus. Take a moment here to review your setup carefully because this structure is what will later become your migration SQL. When everything looks right, click Save to create the table. After the table has been created, go to the database area and then click Tables from the database menu. Find the new table in the list and open it. Once you're on that tables page, look near the top or in the center panel for a tab or option called SQL definition, or sometimes just definition. When you open that section, Supabase will show you the create table SQL statement that it automatically generated based on the choices you made in the visual editor. This is really useful because it lets you see the exact database structure in SQL form. It's also a great way to learn how visual table settings translate into actual database commands. Next, click the copy button so that exact SQL definition is saved to your clipboard. Then switch over to the destination Supabase project dashboard, which is the project where you want to apply this same schema. In that destination project, open the SQL editor, click New Query to create a blank workspace, and then paste in the SQL code you copied. At this point, it's a good idea to quickly scan the query before running it just to confirm you're creating the correct table in the correct project. Once you're ready, click Run. Supabase will execute the SQL and create the same table structure in the destination project. That's the full process. You start by creating the table visually, inspect the generated SQL definition, copy it, and run it in another project through the SQL editor. This gives you a straightforward way to move database structure between projects and better understand how migrations work in Supabase.